Danny Garcia isn't Shawn Porter.
Yeah.
He's not Kell Brook. He's not Keith Thurman. He's a great fighter. And I think people try to discredit Danny, and I'll admit, not a huge Danny Garcia fan, but I respect his ability and what he does and his resume.
Right.
But I just don't think it's something where we're going to be like, oh, Danny goes in there and has crazy footwork and he's cutting angles down. And it's not possible, in my opinion, for Danny to do that. So I think his chance is to land a huge shot, but I just don't see how he can. I think the talent gap between them and the versatility between them, I think that gap is wide. I
don't think the talent is wide. I think the versatility is wide. I think that
good.
I think
good
that
way.
Danny's he's got the tools. I just think that Danny, he doesn't use the tools to the best of his ability, so to speak. So like basically he's faster than I think a lot of people think that he is, but he doesn't throw combinations for even his opponent to worry about. I think he's quicker and more powerful than a lot of people think that he is, but he doesn't use his quickness or his power the way that he could. I think he relies on 2 punches.
Let me cut you off then and ask you why not use that then? I guess I'm confused. If he has the ability, why are you not doing that?
So when I'm saying what I want him to do, I know that he can do that. I know that he can step to Errol Spence Jr. just like this. If you stalk your guy, and get your guy on his heels and backing up, that alone changes the dynamic of the fight. That changes the whole complexion of what's gonna happen. But as long as he stays back and boxes like this and moves and turns whenever Errol turns, Errol's going to control the ring and control the fight. So what I want Danny to do is just step forward behind your jab. Set up Errol Spence Jr. Even if you're just pawing with the jab and moving Errol like this with your jab hand, that's more aggressive than sitting back and allowing Errol to control everything. So I think he's got the speed to throw a good jab, a good strong jab, and control Errol. And I also think that he can move his feet and do that. But the thing that we have not seen him do are those 2 things. We don't see him stepping forward against guys with his feet and his hands and throwing them. And we don't see him taking the fight to guys and controlling the ring. The fight that sticks out in my mind is the fight with Adrian Granados. Now, granted, he hit Adrian and hurt Adrian. That's what got him moving forward and doing what he needed to do to eventually stop Adrian. What I'm saying is, bump having to touch somebody and hurt them in order for you to get in your mindset to be aggressive. Just come out of the blocks like that with that mindset, and I think you'll be successful.
Yeah, I guess my thing is, I think the footwork might be the biggest disparity in this fight. I think Errol's footwork is elite, and I think Danny's is subpar or below average, I'll say, for that elite level. I think for what you're saying, though, for me personally, I'm a guy that if you haven't shown me something, I'm not just assuming you can do it.
Yeah.
So like you said, he can do that. We've never seen him do it, but he can do that. We've never seen him do it until you actually show me, yes, I can step forward and I can dictate the pace. Can he probably do that? Maybe, but I can't assume what they say about assuming.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, he better do this or his career, he's going to have to start over, man. Like, he better do everything. He better either have a great showing or win this fight. He cannot get blown out. You cannot get blown out, Danny. Yeah. Like, and you can't get inside. You better cut off the ring. Yeah. You better hit that man with something big early and gain that respect. If you literally let him start controlling the fight first couple rounds, it could be a wash.
The biggest
like
thing
Carson
for
says.
Danny is you cannot have a fight where you end valiantly, but you fight in spurts throughout the fight, and you're behind Errol Spence on every exchange, and you're behind Errol Spence every time he's in and out. If you're behind Errol Spence the whole fight, you're going to lose the fight. And then if you end the fight valiantly, trying to be aggressive and go for it all in the last round,
come on
credit for that, but I don't dig that. What I dig is somebody coming in there trying to win and doing what it takes to win a fight. So if he does that, I agree with you. And it's for him, it's really not about starting over. It's just about where do I go from here and how do I continue a career and get back to contending for a championship. He's not the type of fighter that's gonna start over. He like I could see him beating Ugas. I could see him beating a lot of those. I could see him beating a lot of those guys who are right on the verge of contending for championships. But you know, I think this is the fight right here that tells us whether or not Danny Garcia really can fight with the big names in the welterweight division.
And like we said before, it's a round robin right now. What we say.
Hey, listen,
names.
let me say this. When at the gym, if it was 4 or 5 of us, if you couldn't hang with us, you was getting 1 round or 2 rounds, and the rest of us is doing a round robin. So that's what happens in the gym. That's what he's in right now. And that's what you in right now. If you don't win this fight, you
don't go down 0-3.
Yeah, you can't go down 0-3 because nobody's gonna let you get back in the ring. Yeah. You know, and that's exactly what happened in the gym.
And we mentioned before Danny is, I can't think of top 5, probably top 7 welterweight at worst right now.
I would say. About to say all time.
No.
Hell no.
But like right now, so I think we've mentioned before, he's still elite. Like he's still an elite fighter. But like you said, if you're in all 3 elite fights that you've had, if you've come up short as a welterweight, it's tough. It's tough at that point to be like, yeah, you know, he can, you know, get a chance there. But yeah, I still would think Danny gives a lot of those guys a tough showing. I like what Shawn said about when he comes to the end and that's when he puts his foot on the gas. Let me see that early, because then maybe we know you could do that. Mm-hmm. You're desperate at the end and you show that you can move your feet and you can throw combinations and you can dictate it. Okay, this is the 10th. Where was that 1 through 9?
Don't tell me you didn't enjoy what you saw, because I know you did. What you need to do now, hit that subscribe button, hit the like, hit that notification button. Check us out every week, every Tuesday, something new for you right here on the Porter Way Podcast.